Those who are about to die salute you. Hail Caesar. Calling FBI agent again.
You have reached the voicemail box
fucking obnoxious, dude. All the fucking feds have the same shit. It's fucking obnoxious shit. Hey, Joffrey, sorry. Jeffrey. Sorry, Joffrey. Hey, it's Barrett Brown. We talked the other day a couple times. It's been about 15 minutes lying to each other about whether or not you were trying to help that 3-year-old kid and whether or not I was going to do anything cooperative and refrain from looking into you and all that stuff. It was really dishonest, and I feel bad about it. I just joined a 12-step program, and one of the things I'm supposed to do is call up an FBI agent and make fun of him for being named Joffrey. I'm going to call, I'll leave a message on your landline up at the house and MD there, and if I can't find you there, I'll call, your parents are they're probably around, but they're not like old people. You're a young guy. Anyway, I'll just kind of sort of leave my card, so to speak, at the maybe your father or something like that. I think it's best. So I wanted to ask him actually some questions about Black identity extremism too. I know you guys had this whole Black socialist lead. I think this guy Alan Keyes is really the problem. And I'm just gonna tell you straight up. You know, I'm not a snitch or anything, but I know for a fact that Alan Keyes is running the Black extremist agenda in the sports, the extreme sports, and the Mountain Dew program, breakfast Mountain Dew, Black Panther extreme breakfast program, and I've got, and I corroborated this with that woman on Twitter that looked like Tammy Faye with a Pepe and all the alt-right stuff. The one that you've admitted to me in this other recording that I made public a few minutes ago. That was the one who directed the tip to you guys about the young Black activist who had made that innocuous tweet that you admitted was obviously not a threat and thus not enforceable via statute. And just started to get the things rolling. I got that kid, the youngster will call him. I know you care about this kid too because you told me, and it was great. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I'm gonna call your dad's house. Fuck off. And if I'm not around later, I'll be whatever. You can reach me here on Steam. My Steam name is Arbin's Lola, and I've got Team Fortress 2, whatever. I don't know what you're into. I'm not. You know what? I'm not. Let's actually just stay business associates instead of that. I get awkward when I deal with law enforcement sometimes. Anyway, so now we're going to call. I had this. I think I explained this earlier. I don't know if anybody paid attention or if I said it in a way that was actually understandable, not mumbly. But I've got this thing they call it Ascent. It's passed around among people. You can't even forward it on Google. You can't download it. It claims it's a whatever. But it's just something you're not supposed to have unless you are a part of an authoritarian government that needs to know everything, or a private spy. And I don't even know if I have any of those titles. I'm not sure what I do for a living anymore, but it sounds to me like I'm some kind of spy. So I'm going to use this like I did earlier already, and pull up his name again because I forgot the other relatives that were listed there. And again, I got permission first. There was a oral agreement when they dropped his card off at his kid's parents' house, and then went to his work the next this morning with another FBI agent, and followed his mom by the white FBI agent who showed up this morning also at the 20-year-old activist's workplace where he works with his mother. Incidentally, sounds like a real bad seed. I'll have to look into him. Oh yeah, but when he did that, and when they sent this white guy into wherever this is, South Jersey. I don't know where they live. I don't know what kind of neighborhood it is. I used to live in Brooklyn. I don't know if that's the same deal, but for somehow the white guy who was a cop following around this black woman over several days was noticed, and she was able to identify him as the white FBI agent who arrived today. at their workplace this morning, as we discussed earlier. So that having been the case, and this is a thing being a special agent Joffrey, whatever his last name is so weird. It's Altimore, it's Altmer, High Elf, Chauncey. I forgot what it is exactly. But we have this thing. It's kind of like it's like a kind of a funny palish thing, like shoving buddies like where he deploys a white FBI agent from the J. Edgar Hoover building, named for the great J. Edgar Hoover, to go follow around the mother, a black woman, in a black neighborhood. And what I do is I also do something that's very obvious that will be immediately shown for what it is, because we do things a little bit differently here at the Bureau of made up shit on the fly that I'm going to try to round out now with a investigation. That's the last one. Thank you. Oh yeah, true real names. Because we got his real name already. We don't have to get around to that. He left the card. His real name. And unlike some special agents, like this other guy, Daniel Borsek, who used to run a lot of the informants that we have all the communications of him and these informants from back in the day regarding Anonymous. He would change the spelling of his name when he handed out when he tried to get he's looking for weak links. He would have the informants pass on hey, you better call this FBI agent. And he spelled his name, changed one of the vowels in Borsek, so instead of U-K, it was fucking E-K. And eventually, those of us who exposed this other massive NSA Pentagon-linked surveillance deal in 2011 were later hailed as prescient journalists. We somehow managed to figure that out. That letter difference. It's fucking amazing that happened. You really can't blame Daniel Borsek for that. Sorry, I was running out of power. I plugged it in before I call this FBI agent, because this guy, I feel bad for this FBI agent, because as he told me, and as Tiffany Billions noted earlier, he noted that he is an African American, and as an African American, he's very worried about his kid. He just wants to talk to him. Really said that. He alternate, escalate things. He would go from threat to good cop, all in the same conversation. Where at least when I was lying to him and doing the good cop and then gradual bad cop, guess what? Fuck you thing. I brought a little arch to it, and so I think I'm going to apply for the FBI in the New York division. Let's see, because I love the blue people. Blue, bleeding blue.